Hey there, West Michigan. Thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens. It's been a, pretty comfortable week out there. That's going to start to change as we head into the Labor Day weekend with temperatures that'll be working their way back to midsummer-like highs with 90s in the cards over the next couple of days. At least it's going to look pretty nice outside. This was the view Thursday evening in Grand Haven. Thanks to Mike for sending in this picture. We'll probably see more beautiful sunsets all throughout the holiday weekend, though as we get closer and closer to next week, the temperatures are going to keep going up. Of course, if you take any weather photos you want to send them my way, you can find me on social media, meteorologist Michael Behrens on Facebook and at Mike Behrens WX on the X, Twitter, Instagram, and Threads. Temperatures out there Friday made their way into the upper 70s and low 80s across West Michigan. Temperature 79 in Grand Rapids. That's inside our 3-degree guarantee. Told you 80 hit that 79 today. Brings our accuracy streak to 7 days in a row. When it comes to tomorrow, temperatures will go up some, but not too much from today. That's why 13 Weather Ball is lit up in green as no real change is foreseen.
The 13 Weather Ball is sponsored by LaFontaine Lincoln Grand Rapids.
And those temperatures tonight will be milder than last night as well. As of about 8:30, temperatures had fallen to the low 70s. We're going to stop in the low 60s overnight. No more nights in the 50s, at least not for a few days here in West Michigan, as winds from the southwest have taken over, bringing in more warm and a little bit more humid air. The humidity not really here as of Friday, but it's going to show up Saturday and Sunday with dew points in the 60s. We'll climb to dew points in the 70s by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Very humid air for the Labor Day holiday and the week after. It's really not going to feel like the end of summer. I know Labor Day is the unofficial end of the summer season, but it is really going to feel like a summer forecast through the Labor Day weekend. 82 with a sprinkle chance tomorrow, 87 Sunday, and 90 for Labor Day itself. And those temperatures keep going up as we get past the holiday. A sprinkle chance that comes tomorrow, that's going to be courtesy of this little disturbance back out toward Wisconsin and Minnesota. You can see the cloud cover from it, but not much rainfall. We're not expecting much of a chance for rainfall here. The hour-by-hour forecast shows pretty quiet weather as we head through the overnight tonight, with cloud cover starting to pick up by sunrise on Saturday. A sprinkle may come through. You see those blips of green from time to time. Best chance for that'll be US 10 into the north, but can't rule it out across the rest of the region either, with partly to mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Saturday will be back to sunshine as we head into Sunday, and that sunny pattern going to continue as we head toward Labor Day as well. Temperatures out there, even with the cloud cover tomorrow, a little bit warmer than today, but not significantly so. Humid with a sprinkle chance, 70s to the low 80s on the lake shore. Similar conditions in our northern zones, upper 70s, low 80s. That'll move into the low 80s to mid 80s from Grand Rapids down to Kalamazoo. 13 on your side, 10-day outlook. Temperatures keep climbing through the holiday. 90 for Labor Day, 92 the day after. We'll have to keep an eye on the schools next Tuesday, see if we see any cancellations or delays. We'll start to cool back down as rain chances return Wednesday and Thursday. Next Friday, temperatures only in the 70s with a comfortable weekend as well before we round out the 10-day of another chance for some showers and storms.
The 13 on your side beach and boating forecast, sponsored by AAC Credit Union.
And here's your latest beach and boating forecast. As we head into the holiday weekend, the waves will start to pick up, especially by Saturday afternoon. Could see waves as high as 5 feet across northern portions of the lake as when beach hazard statements go in effect for Muskegon, Oceana, and Mason County. This will be a problem throughout the weekend, so I wouldn't be surprised to see more beach alerts between now and Labor Day. The waves earlier this week also knocked the water temperatures down. As of the reading on Friday, we saw water temperatures in the 50s and 60s across Lake Michigan. Warmest water and the calmest waves will be on the southern end of the lake. And you could hear this sound all over northeast Grand Rapids on Fridays. Crews were gathering and shredding downed limbs all around the city Friday afternoon in an effort to finish up cleaning the mess from last week's storms. And with cleanup still continuing into this Labor Day weekend, the state is making financial help available to those affected by last week's tornadoes. Earlier this week, Governor Whitmer expanded the emergency declaration to include Kent and Ionia counties. 13 on your side's Josh Albertus reports on what this means for those impacted.
Less than a week after multiple tornadoes swept through the state, Governor Gretchen Whitmer expanding Michigan's state of emergency to Kent and Ionia counties, a declaration that could up additional resources for local governments. It's people like Matt Owen in Plainfield Township that say they could benefit from more resources.
We have a lot of people in our community who do not have the means to transport the amount of debris that's left to deal with.
A debris drop-off point has been made available for residents of Plainfield Township through the week, but beyond that, Owen said they are not receiving the help they need.
Nobody is under the impression that the government should come into our backyards and clean up and cut down trees. We're just looking for a little help and support, which I think that anybody should be able to expect from the local government that is supposed to care for them and support them.
The township, however, asserting that debris from residents' property are residents' responsibility, even if piled near the roadside. While they are exploring options, the township manager said the new declaration may not provide the assistance some are hoping for.
So it opens the door for townships like Plainfield and Alpine to apply for reimbursement for costs that we've incurred in this cleanup, but there's no guarantee of that. But we are working very closely with other agencies, including the Road Commission, that do have a bigger team to see how we can put that response together. And we're still exploring ways that we can expand our response for residents.
And with the power now back on for pretty much everyone following the storms last week, some will be getting a credit on their bills. Consumers Energy says it will begin to credit customers once they have been without power for 96 hours in a row. Customers will then get a $35 credit if they're in that group. Every 24 hours after that, you'll get another $35 credit. If you qualified, the company says this credit will be applied automatically. And now to the aftermath of Idalia, the storm that brought damaging tornadoes, severe flooding, and powerful winds from Florida to the Carolinas. As the recovery process is continuing, President Biden vowing federal resources to the areas hardest hit with plans to survey the damage on Saturday. ABC News' M. Wen has more from St. Petersburg.
This morning, Idalia from Florida to the Carolinas, leaving behind a trail of devastation. In the Big Bend of the Sunshine State, where Idalia made landfall as a Category 3 hurricane, buildings and businesses destroyed.
It was heartbreaking. Shed many tears. And just thank God nobody died.
Houses ripped from their foundations, cars and debris littered the landscape.
Here in St. Petersburg, Florida, more than 24 hours after Idalia had passed, most of the waters have receded, except some neighborhoods are still flooded, like this one up to 10 inches.
This mother of 5 returned from evacuation to find her home inundated with up to 2 feet of water. Outside, this pile of their belongings, all of it destroyed.
You just brought it all out here?
Yeah, we have a dump truck, or the city said they were gonna come pick everything up, so we're just trying to get it all out.
Wow.
Get the house dried out. It sucks to lose everything.
Everything, including her home itself.
Where are you gonna go after this?
Well, we still kind of have to figure that out, but we're safe and healthy, and everything's replaceable.
President Biden signing a major disaster declaration for Florida with plans to survey the damage on Saturday.
Our immediate priority is working with state and local officials to really understand what their needs are.
President Biden is asking Congress for billions of dollars in extra disaster relief funding in the wake of Idalia and the wildfire disaster in Maui. M. Wynn, ABC News, St. Petersburg.
Summer's winding down and the Labor Day holiday season is upon us for travel. And here in West Michigan, many have the question, will they have to worry about construction-related slowdowns as they travel heading toward Labor Day? The good news is MDOT tells us they're doing their best to make travel easy this holiday weekend. With Labor Day weekend approaching, travel and travel headaches are back on people's mind.
Going up north is always an issue just because everyone goes up north because up north is awesome.
But John Richard from MDOT's Grand Region says they are going to do their best to make sure travel is easier for motorists.
Yeah, this is something we do for every holiday weekend. Labor Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July, sometimes even Thanksgiving if the weather allows. But we lift as many restrictions as we possibly can.
This, however, does not mean they have a magic wand to remove all the orange barrels.
If it's staged construction, like on 196 between Zeeland and Hudsonville, that's all torn off with eastbound crossed over to the westbound side. That's going to stay in place.
But they'll do the best they can for us on the roads.
In the Grand Region, which is my 13-county region, we're removing about 80% of our restrictions that are currently in place. So come this Friday around 3 o'clock, all lanes, as many as possible, should be open.
Though you still have to stay alert when you hit the blacktop.
Gotta read the signs. The signs will be out, yep. So yeah, it's really important for motorists to pay attention and read signs when they're driving at all times.
Basically, don't make assumptions.
Correct, right.
One place there will be a closure this holiday, though, is at the Mackinac Bridge, where this weekend, if you want to cross, you'll want to make those plans in advance. The bridge will close at 6:30 Monday morning for the annual Labor Day Bridge Walk. The walk begins at 7 and lasts for several hours. The bridge authorities suggest anyone planning to complete the entire 5-mile trek make arrangements for a ride back to the other side. The Mackinac Bridge will reopen to traffic at noon, and traffic backups are likely. And good news for drivers as they hit the road this Labor Day weekend. Gas prices are expected to remain steady. Gas Buddy has released its annual Labor Day report saying the prices should be the same as last year, and they could drop to below the $3 range by the end of the year. Drop to the low $3 range, that is. Diesel is a different story. If you're taking an RV this Labor Day, diesel prices will likely be higher. That's because the seasonal increased demand for gas in order to heat homes. And now you're up to date with the latest forecast and some news from here in Michigan and around the country. You can always find more online at 13onyourside.com or by downloading our news and weather apps. For now, though, thanks for watching 13 Plus. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens.